Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a pretty fascinating corporate mystery. It's the exact scenario that keeps modern executives up at night. Picture this. How can a massive enterprise's technology be perfectly healthy, like every single operational dashboard is flashing bright green, but the actual business itself has completely stopped functioning? We're looking at the incredibly compelling case of GreenVolt Energy. Here's the paradox we're unraveling today. GreenVolt got hit by a massive operational disruption that quite literally brought them to their knees. But, and here's the crazy catch, their cloud platforms were totally healthy. The infrastructure was fully available, the servers were humming along, all their apps remained online. Yet, somehow, the company had just stopped creating value. So, jump to exactly 1 week after the crisis ended. The executive committee is gathered in the boardroom, and as you can imagine, the atmosphere is heavy. You've got the CEO, the CIO, the CISO, the head of ops, the enterprise architect, the whole C-suite is at the table. And to their credit, they weren't there to point fingers or assign blame. They were there to dig into the postmortem and answer one absolutely crucial question. Why did GreenVolt Energy stop creating value? Section 1. The multi-cloud illusion. During this debrief, the CEO points out their massive multi-million-dollar investment in cloud transformation. In response, the CIO projects their architecture on the screen. And honestly, they'd done everything right by modern standards. They were running on 3 different cloud providers across multiple geographic regions. They had modern apps, immutable backups to fend off ransomware, and high availability across the board. On paper, this setup looked bulletproof. If one region goes down, another takes over. If one cloud provider has an outage, the others are standing by. It felt like an absolute guarantee that they'd never go offline.
Section 2. Revealing shared dependencies. So the CEO asked the room, why did the business almost stop if our cloud is so invincible? For a minute, crickets. Nobody has an immediate answer. Then, the head of operational resilience drops this pivotal question. Our cloud providers are different, but are our dependencies different? Total silence falls over the room. That single question, it literally shifted the entire paradigm for the executive team.
It perfectly highlights the massive difference between having multi-cloud and having multi-dependency. For hours after that question was asked, the tech team started tracing their operational architecture in a way they kind of never had before. They dug into APIs, identity services, certificates, business validations, DNS, and they realized something actually terrifying. These independent cloud platforms secretly shared the exact same critical operational dependencies. For instance, all 3 cloud providers relied on the exact same underlying authentication service to verify users. So when that one shared service faltered, having 3 separate clouds didn't mean a thing. The business was just dead in the water. That aha moment completely flipped the executive committee's perspective. The real issue for the C-suite wasn't about how many cloud providers they were paying for or how geographically spread out their data centers were. The actual question was about the hidden concentration points connecting them. Recognizing those bottlenecks? That's a vastly more valuable conversation for leadership because it pivots the focus right from managing IT infrastructure to managing actual business risk.
Section 3. The Ransom-Kick Model.
And this is exactly where the Ransom-Kick Resilience Model comes into play. It uses a really rigorous top-down approach. Instead of starting in the weeds with infrastructure, like servers, networks, and cloud instances, it starts by mapping business objects and business activities. Think about an order processing activity or maybe a supply chain validation. Then it identifies the critical business validations before it ever even looks at the underlying tech dependencies. Why? Because organizations don't create value through cloud platforms. They create value through business activities. The tech is just the vehicle. Now, I want to turn this back to you. Think about your own organization right now. You probably have multiple cloud providers, a bunch of SaaS platforms, various tech partners. But which hidden concentration points could completely halt your business? Which critical validations are relying on the exact same services behind the scenes without you even realizing it? If you don't know the answer off the top of your head, you're facing the exact same dangerous blind spot that GreenVolt just uncovered. Section 4. Visualizing business value. To fix this and stop the next crisis in its tracks, GreenVolt didn't just ask for another massive spreadsheet or some new technical inventory. They needed a shared operational representation of value creation. And that's exactly where Arkeionis.app became a total game changer for them. Now, Arkeionis doesn't magically make resilience decisions for you, but it focuses on 3 core pillars: structuring, visualization, and governance. It gives leaders the essential environment to connect activities and suppliers, map out those sneaky shared dependencies, and build a single shared operational understanding way before the next crisis hits. Section 5. Structuring your resilience journey. So, the Ransom-Kick Resilience Model offers a completely reimagined approach to operational resilience. It's built entirely around value creation, finding those shared dependencies, enforcing critical validations, maintaining global governance, and building robust reconstruction capabilities. Ultimately, the goal here is to help organizations evolve from just surviving disruptions to becoming sustainably resilient and, eventually, completely anti-fragile. And Arkeionis.app is the structuring, visualization, and governance environment that actually puts this approach into action. What makes it really stand out is its conversational companion. It acts as a guide for your teams through their operational resilience journey, but, and this is key, it intentionally leaves the complex analysis and the final decisions to the men and women who actually know their organization best. It doesn't replace your experts, it empowers them with absolute clarity. If you want to structure your own operational resilience journey and dodge the multi-cloud trap we just explored, you can try Arkeionis.app for free. Just head over to www.arkeionis.app. And if you want to dive deeper into this methodology and check out the broader ecosystem, definitely visit www.ransom-kick.com. Next time in our Explainer series, we're actually going to join GreenVolt's operational workshops to see this exact paradox tackled in real time. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Your organization probably has hundreds, maybe even thousands of documents, policies, and complex tech diagrams. But do you truly have a shared understanding of how your business actually creates value? Think about that for a minute. Keep building resilience you can actually demonstrate. And I'll see you in the next Explainer.